So we get the second quarter of the Anzac Day clash between Victorian Women's Footy League All-Stars and the Australian Defence Force All-Stars. Second quarter about to get underway. It's the VWFL All-Stars 3-4-22 and the ADF are yet to score. But they have had some good opportunities to go forward and they will have another chance through Mercer. Gets the free kick in the centre of the ground. Long ball. It's a nice punt into a dangerous area on the bounce. Who will it go? Oh, if only the ADF sort of hang back. It's all nearly bounced through for Cole and all said and done. And it was kicked off the ground by the defence of the VWFL for a minor score. I don't know if that touched hands. I wasn't watching the marking contest. I reckon from the centre that would have almost been a goal. And that would have been back to the old... who was it at St Kilda who kicked the longest goal ever in the old VFL history?
Oh, it could have been anyone at
Ferry, was it?
St Kilda.
But that would have been one of the longest goals ever. But it's only a minor score and ADF get on the board early in this second term.
Well, more importantly, they got their first score of the game. It has taken them a quarter and a minute, and they finally made it there, but the ball bouncing in the middle. Bush, good first quarter from Rhiannon Bush from the Army. They get the ball up towards forward 50 again. A slight breeze advantage maybe to that end of the ground that the ADF's kicking during this term. Over the football that time was Hayes. And the ball goes out right in front of our broadcast position. Great to see the youth girls teams sticking around. They had the first game this morning and sticking around to see some of the action and cheering on the VWFL. Kick round the corner, Casa. Tried to get it up towards half forward. Good defensive effort once again. That woman in Bush, she's doing a power of work on the half back line at the moment for the ADF and keeping them in this game, repelling the many attacks that the Victorian Women's Football League are making early in this second term.
She could ask for a raise back at the office on Monday if she keeps like this.
Yeah, from the Army. And Casa can't get a clean possession. The ball taken over the boundary line and we will see a ball in. So tap down. Good work at the back of the pack that time. Batelli. Kick over the top. Kiers. Now, oh, who is it again? Rhiannon Bush. Dispossessed this time.
Can't take everyone on.
No, she's trying to.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting when she dashes down the wing and kicks a goal in this game. We'll be able to say that we called it early. As Kiers. Turnover now. ADF, time to settle. They kick it up towards half forward. Oh, they picked out their target beautifully. And they found Cooper at half forward. Cooper long, inside forward, 50. Look for someone at the back of the pack. No, don't bother, as Glatz has taken a strong mark. And will look to try and put the first major on the board for the ADF. Seems to be the scoring end from what we've seen so far.
You've got to say they got a good height.
So Glatz, didn't look the most eloquent of kicks, but she slots it through. Doesn't matter how it comes off the boot, as long as it goes through the middle. And the ADF have their first goal of the afternoon. They move on to 1-1-7, trailing the VWFL All-Stars 3-4-22, with all scoring going to the right of screen so far in this game.
Well, we haven't got any boundary riders to tell what the conditions are.
No, we haven't.
The trees are moving a tad, but with maybe 5 or so metres on a kick, potentially. By the look of, there's the Melbourne Demons sort of banners on the side here that seems to be waving to the right as well. So again, here comes the Defence Force, but being ripped out of the hands of Muller.
Ball the call.
And she's been penalised as Kiers is the one who takes the free kick for tackling Muller as she was trying to burst through the centre. But again, here they go, the Defence Force looking for a marking option in the forward 50. Just going to ground and allowing the VWFL to come in and take the possession. But it might not be for too long. As Mercer gets to help out or talks her teammate into it in Tolson. The quick kick goes into the forward line where there's more yellow than blue at this moment. At ground level, who will win out? It will be the VWFL. Kick going long and deliberately down the line. And McLeod, goal kicker in the first term, who looked very, very impressive. And the short pass again doesn't miss her target as Coulson gets it on the pathway of Craig, but it goes over the top of her. Got some great support in Kearse. Now running to 50, trying to get a spearing pass in towards Arnold, but the defence is good again. And yep, that looked like it. No, it wasn't. I was going to call it early. Probably obsessed by the sounds of it. But that was nicely done in the end by Pearce to clear. And it's on the centre wing. Fierce contest. Big wraparound tackle by Rowe. But the tackle is eventually eluded. And now the yellow Guernseys are getting around the ball. The quick flying hand pass by Coulson. Coulson tries to find a teammate in Rapos. Around the corner, the kick goes. Numbers into last line of defence. Helping out was Pearce and Mercer. Now it's Clune and Wilson trying to mop up in defence. Kick, well, bounces. Maybe a potential disaster here. Thrown out and over the shoulder will be a relief to the defence force, who look like they're under a bit of pressure deep on their last line. And Cooper will take the free kick in her defence.
So the VWFL yet to add to their score from quarter time. As we announced prior to quarter time, they actually got a point during the quarter time break that we didn't have on the scoreboard. So they were 3-4-22 rather than the 3-3-21 that we announced prior to the quarter time break. So the ADF now coming out of defence. Wilson kicks in short. Now the time for the VWFL to pounce. They get the handball over. Hayes, they push it forward, bouncing football, which, well, 2-on-1 contest. ADF numbers come up trumps, but waiting for it right under the football. Stephanie Kearse from Melbourne Uni. And she will go back to see whether she can put the first score of the second term on the board for the VWFL. Poor kick towards goal. ADF in the front position. They've got the numbers. They bounce the ball out. Coming now. Casa kicks long towards goal. Long and offline. Still in play. 2-on-1 contest. Kearse can't get the ball, but it's going over the line. We'll just wait for the confirmation. Yes. We'll have a boundary thrown in the left forward pocket.
I think the goal umpire, the boundary umpire had a discussion and went, yeah, it went out.
Well, a bit of confusion between the two.
Now it's on the full.
Now it's on the full.
Yeah.
Thought it might have been.
Yeah, it did look that way. Got to agree.
The ball comes around the corner. ADF, great mark taken on the run. Pushing it forwards. Casa once again. Kicks it inside forward, 50. The big arms go up, and the mark has been taken by Patelli. And Patelli now an opportunity to put that much-needed first score of the term on the board for the VWFL. She goes long and to the right. Ball comes down to ground level. Another opportunity for the VWFL. The handball comes out. ADF, good work. Arnold tries to hold up the play. Comes out to the back. ADF a clearing kick, but they've got the numbers back. Kearse can't take the mark. Now butters up with a second effort. She's under plenty of pressure from Stanley. Stanley diving in for the football once again at Coulson. Over the football, and the ball going absolutely nowhere. The umpire deciding I better get in here and we'll have a ball up and see whether we can disperse the play.
Yeah, those multiple efforts, if you miss out on the first, the second efforts are just marvellous here today. As McLeod, one of the stars, couldn't get it going for the VWFL. Clearing kick by Mercer, dropped by McKinnon. And it allows the VWFL to go forward. Barker's got it on the outer wing. Has time to compose, but the kick probably advantages the ADF. The three go at it. Dropping the mark was Craig, but still an opportunity at ground level for the ADF. But now they have to come in as the tacklers, as it quickly moves from one side to the other in its desperate second effort, third efforts, fourth efforts. Really make it a hot potato, so to speak, at times. Nice tap down one by the ruckman there, Rowe. Wins it to her own advantage. And at back of the pack, Mazoka helps it out to a teammate. One bounce, and the bounce, well, Shepley Oval well, it doesn't seem uneven, but the bounce of the ball today has been quite magical.
It has. It's produced something only our oval-shaped ball can produce in Aussie rules football, and an air of mystery about it. So play it down on that outer side as well. Trainer's just heading out, so a bit of a break in play.
They've stopped the clock as well, which is a good part about just in terms of timekeeping, that we don't lose play time. But we do put our thoughts to the play on that outer side, hoping she's all right. Looks okay. We're able to play on, so thankful about that. At the back of the pack, it's McLeod, already a goal kicker and one of the stars in the first term. Hopeful ball inside 50, wasn't marked in defence by Mercer. Mercer goes in again as the defence force are desperate in the back line, as finally the VWFL get numbers around the ball and hold it in. Quickly balled up. The umpire wants to get the game moving. Ground level, Mazoka in the helmet, gets it out the back. Coulson doesn't have that much, or Keir, should I say, doesn't have that much time to play. Gets cleanly tackled, dispossessed, and Kearse goes in again to be the second tackler. So, as I've said before, if you get dispossessed, at least you get another go at it, because the ball doesn't seem to go far.
It hasn't. So ball at forward 50. VWFL still looking for that first score of this second term. They've got plenty of numbers. They've held it in that forward half, as has been the trend in this game so far. Almost a bit of a half a quarter each in the forward half for each side. So it was the ADF starting with the football in their forward half for the start of this term. We've gone 11 and a half minutes. And the only score during this quarter so far, just the 1-1-7 to the ADF. All scoring to the right of screen in the game so far. Blood rule. I don't think you'd want to be arguing with the umpires today. We've got Warrant Officer Class 2 Ian Van Lampard, and Kelly Hume as our field umpires in today's game.
So you reckon might be penalties at work?
Well, I'm sure when the warrant officer gives you a demand that you would be following it. So, good mix.
What about the civilians? Would they can be disrespectful, can't they?
Oh, you'd hope not to. Hope not to. Blood rule has called, and we're going to get play underway again. 40 metres out from the VWFL goal. Ball held up, fighting in hard for it. Mazoka. Handball came out. That was Hayes. Now out the back, Kearse. Trying to get possession of the football. Just let her opponent go over the top of her. Now an opportunity in towards the forward 50 mark. Sivright can't pick it up. It goes into the hands of Lambert. Handball comes out. Comes out to the back of the pack, and Mercer, can she get her hands on it? No, she can't. But instead, it goes the way of Stanley up towards forward 50. Darcy leads in the race for the football up against Harrington. Harrington still giving chase at the fall of the balls. Darcy still at ground level on all fours, trying to get it out. Boyle now helping out in the contest. And the umpire comes in, says, we'll have a ball up inside forward 50 once again for the ADF. Currently trailing by 15 points as we tick over to the 13-minute mark of this second quarter.
Well, big bump comes in from the side, and it's at least the defence force, they seem to be able to throw their weight around very effectively at times. But just before, Darcy didn't have too much support. So what's the umpire blowing a whistle for? It's a free kick going to the Victorian Women's Football League. A bit of a push out by the looks of it. And Jess Maloof goes back. Well, she would, but her arm is so sore that she's wanting to come off. So I hope that's not anything to do with a sprain or a break, because, yeah, very discomfort there for Maloof. So the handover free kick goes the way towards Ladstone, trying to pick it up close to the line. Plenty of numbers in yellow.
Got the old dislocation, I think, of the finger.
Yeah, that would be painful. as the kick goes on the outer side. Is it kept in? No. But was it out in the full? Yes. So the ADF get a chance to go from the centre of the Shepley Oval. Well, they're not going to go forward yet, but the kick goes to Mercer. Mercer goes long. Got a good leg on her. Goes directly towards Darcy. Darcy tries to tap it to advantage at ground level. The short kick tried to be marked. Rowe wouldn't have been paid it anyway. So Mazoka has it in hand. Hands it out to Morgan. Morgan's punt is turned over to Walker. Walker, well, she couldn't get through the pack. Is it penalised? Not for holding the ball, but a trip goes her way. So just as she was about to get the kick, she was impeded. So from 45 metres, if there is a win to advantage, and we'd have to consider Walker, it would have to be a long kick, maybe she's within range. Or will she be looking for a short kick?
Oh, I think she's going to come up short. Even I don't think the breeze is that hefty. Or maybe to the top of the goal square.
She's going to kick as long as possible. Goes deep to the line. Only a metre short. Probably didn't have the accuracy or a marking option there anyway. And another minus score. The ADF moved to 1-2-8. Trail by 14 points. The VWFL are 3-4-22. The clock is 15 minutes in this second term.
I must tell you, Gavin, I never envy the job of the trainers that need to put dislocations back in place. I myself, even with training, I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Yeah, well, maybe they're sadists and they enjoy seeing other people with pain.
So just there on the sidelines, the player fingers back in position and she's ready to head back out onto the field. So probably be advised to get a bit of tape on that ready for the second half of the game.
You missed our mate Bush getting involved again.
Again, different end of the field on this occasion. So the player with the dislocation, Malouf. So the ball held up once more and we'll have another ball up. So the ADF done all the attacking, but they've only got the 1-1-7 to show for it this term. Here's an opportunity. Oh, great smother off the boot. Good work by the VWFL, the clearing kick as well. Just need to hold on to some marks and get some clean possessions. Ball comes out. They've got the numbers. And have they got the ability to get round their opponents? They just kick it towards the boundary line. That'll test out the finger of Jess Malouf, who's ready to come back out onto the field.
Got to like Casa when she grabbed it, had the biggest smile on her face when she had the ball. I could see from here she seemed like she was enjoying the moment.
You don't see that too often out on the football field as Weaselman tries to get it, but the kick goes forward from McKinnon for the ADF. VWFL got the numbers here. Ball on this broadcast side wing, McLeod. Gets it off to her teammate. Just Mazoka. Needed to find her left boot on that occasion. Couldn't do so. The ball goes out of bounds on the full. Free kick going the way of Mercer.
That's how much class it. McLeod's casual pick-up and time to give a hand pass off. She's got a bit of class on her side, McLeod, doesn't she?
She does. Bounce inside forward 50. Trying to get rid of it was Darcy. Gets it onto her teammate. Good work by Maselli. And that's a goal. So Lisa Maselli from the Army has given the ADF their second goal, 2-1-13. They trail now by just the 9 points. VWFL All-Stars 3-4-22. We've gone 17 and a half minutes in this second term. And, continues to be the scoring end, Gavin Casey.
Yeah, definitely. And I just think, though, taking your opportunities, I was talking about in the first half how the ADF didn't look like they were out of the game. It just that happened that all the scoring was going that one end. There might be a wind advantage in kicks, but it's just that moments of grabbing momentum and grabbing the open play. It seems to go to that one end, but it's a good contest. And the ADF definitely haven't been out of this game. It's just until now they haven't been able to put it inside 50 with too much accuracy, so to speak. And now we get out of the middle. It's Lambert getting the centre clearance. She gets it out wide. So one out there by Tolson. Tolson goes inboard to Bush, who gets an up and under kick to the half forward line. The numbers seem to be with the ADF, but at ground level it is the Lambert who took it and beat a few opponents, but now it falls to the ADF. Kick into centre forward has been chopped off, and the VWFL will get it from half-back. Looks like that was Plum. Gets it out wide. Mazoka bouncing the ball, eludes her, but she's onto it. Nice Shepherd will come in from Sith right, but had been wrapped up in a tackle. Turnover and shoes. Malvina gets the short kick, marked by Darcy. She wants to play on quickly. Got an inboard option in Walker. Goes straight down the line to about 30 metres out to a hotspot, and well done, well judged, and well stood in the firing line was Maselli, who will line up for a second goal within a minute and close the gap to within a few points. From a bit of an acute angle, but only 30 metres out. She puts it to the goal line, straight over the goal umpire's hat for a second goal. And now it's a 3-point game, as finally the ADF do all the scoring, just as the VWFL were doing all the scoring in the first term.
Yeah, Maselli bringing up a second goal of the game, and been a shining light for them this term. So 2 in a row, drawing that margin, as you mentioned, back to 3 points. And there is the siren for half-time. And at half-time, it has been all scoring to the right of screen so far in this game. The VWFL kept scoreless during the second term. They lead 3-4-22 to the ADF All-Stars 3-1-19 at half-time.